Afternoon, everybody. Coming live from the Uplift headquarters. I'm Julie Main. I'm the founder of Uplift Swimwear. We have Suzanne Bobzian from Labour Launch.
Hello, good morning.
So we decided to get together today because we're all about women uplifting women and women supporting women. So we wanted to help each other and help you. So, Suzanne, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Yeah,
And what
sure.
you do?
Absolutely. Well, and how we connected? Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Well, I guess I've been part of Uplift for quite a bit of time now, with this beautiful idea that you've had, and really excited to say we're just about got it together. So it's been a very exciting process, a very technical garment that's going to change people's lives. So
Thank you.
my business Label Launch is set up really to help people like yourself. So I've been in the fashion industry for about 25 years, probably a little bit more. And it's about a year ago, after building up a freelance business and also teaching fashion design, I could see there was certain questions that kept on coming up from my clients and my students. And you can spend 3 years at a college and do beautiful fashion design, but there's a big part that's missing, and it's really how to start your fashion label. And I was answering a lot of these questions along as well as teaching fashion design, and the same thing with my clients. I would be doing a lot of freelance design work or helping them find supply chains, but there would be an enormous amount of questions that that would go unanswered. So I started to move my business more into a mentoring, and last year I started Label Launch, and it's been a really exciting venture for me because I'm helping people like yourself from stage one right through to the finished product and even into marketing, sales, on how to start your fashion label.
Yes, well, Suzanne provides such an important part for us because I had no design, no fashion, and no business background. So I really did start from scratch. So Suzanne was able to support me actually on an emotional level as well because it was a real roller coaster. Suzanne also is able to go between the factory and Australia, which is really helpful, even to know the right questions to ask. Even where to put things on the swimwear or just in their language, the factory language really, that I don't have. So that just allowed me then to do, the other designs and start the networking and all the things that are just as important in a business. So it took a lot of stress off me. So yeah, I can't imagine doing it in a better way, to be honest.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I think people are really appreciating mentors now in their life. I mean, I've got a mentor now and love it. And it's just someone that can help guide you, support you in your business. And obviously, because I've been in swimwear and fashion for a long time, this is my expertise. I know it. So it's my job working with you is to help avoid those speed humps, trying to get you, fast track you to the right path. And when we come to those speed humps, let's discuss it, let's work through it. What's the next stage? Things that you didn't perhaps consider. I mean, you had that great idea of how to do this beautiful swimsuit to help women, but you really didn't have the idea of understanding technically either of how that was going to happen. I mean, I didn't initially either with your one. It was a doozy, but we've got through it, and yay. That's amazing.
So we're talking about the new innovation that's been coming to market in late August. It's our first piece, and it is a technical piece. And Suzanne and Wendy, who's the pattern maker, they were able to guide me in the right direction because I had this idea, but in terms of swimwear is very specific and the way it fits, and you might think something's going to look good, but then Wendy will say, no, that can't work for swimwear, or the factory can't do it. So we had to keep reshaping what we were doing, and that's what's taken some time. And, Suzanne told me in the beginning that it's going to take some time and a bit of money, but I had no idea of the process. But I think now that I've gone through that, I'm really happy to share the process too for other people wanting to start their own label.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, I guess what would be two major challenges that businesses are finding? I guess it's probably changed a little bit in the last few years as well,
Yeah.
with different rules of exporting or importing.
Yeah, I think based in Australia, I think probably the hardest thing that most of us come up against is manufacturing. It's very little manufacturing here in Australia. That's, as most people would know now, we really don't have, big operations for sewing, printing. So you really have to look offshore. There's small amounts that you can get done in Australia, but as far as being a commercial cost viable product, it's really difficult, unfortunately. I find that quite sad because I'd love to support it and love that we could still do really good Australian made product. So I think probably one of the biggest challenges is finding your right manufacturer and when you're ready to go offshore, because offshore is fantastic, but it has challenges as well, as you know. Higher minimum orders, being that distance. When you're working with China, you're working in the American dollar. So like a situation right now, it's tricky because the dollar's so low, our dollar. So there's those kind of challenges that we work through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just noticed Kent's just joined us. Hello, Kent. The Marupna weather is treating you well. Not too hot. If you have a question, Kent, or you have any friends that have a starting a label, if you know of any questions that they would like answered, let us know. So I'm just looking to see where we're up to with time, our timekeeper. We've got 3 minutes left. What are 3 tips for somebody starting a new brand?
I would say know your target market, number one. Know that who you're designing for, who's going to be buying your product, and get to know that person. I'll just mention quickly now online on my website, I've just completed a PDF on target market. So you're more than welcome to download that and fill it out. It's just some really good pointers to draw out who your market is. And you would know that too, because we've really worked on that with you. You can't be everything to everybody. So really hone in on your target market. The second tip I'd say is, what's your point of difference? The market is flooded of all products. So what's your point of difference? What's going to make you stand apart? Instead of being another swimwear brand or lingerie brand, or
And I guess the target market and your unique selling point are really linked as well.
They are.
So if you find out who your target market are, you might find out a unique difference that you have for those people as well.
That's right.
That's sort of linked.
Exactly, or what they want. What is it that what's their value? Number one value, and then you can work around that. Is it price point? Is it quality? Is it sustainability?
Is it some unique feature that
That's
other fashion labels don't have? So one more tip.
Definitely nut out and know your sales channels. So where, again, this goes hand in hand with your target market. Where does your target market buy from? Is it online? Is it they'd like to go out and physically feel and shop? Are they market people? Know where your sales channels are and start setting that up.
There's some really helpful tips that I could have really done with at the start as well. So how can people find you, Suzanne?
Yeah, thanks, Julie. Well, label launch. So just jump on the website, www.labellaunch.com.au. We have a form there. If you'd like to fill out, I'm offering a 20-minute free phone consultation. So if you've got any questions regarding your label or starting your label, I'm really happy to have a chat with you. And sign up and we'll get going.
Even to send you in the right direction.
Totally, yeah. I'm really happy to give some information.
So I'm just going to ask a question. If there's anybody watching that hasn't quite jumped on yet, is there anything that we can answer for you in the last minute? Yeah, this will be recorded and you can play this back. You can share it with other people too that might be starting a label as well, which could be really helpful for them. We will be doing another one, I think.
Sure.
Yes, we have another person in mind as well in the social media industry that would be great. Might do an uplift on the couch. And if you have any questions or have any ideas for us, we would be very happy to accommodate if it suits.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to say goodbye and enjoy. What day is it? Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Enjoy your Tuesday and keep those questions coming.
Bye.
From Uplift. Bye.